My name is Okami. I'll be handling the English side of things for YS, and I'll be teaching you guys how to make a 2D animation using only a couple of standard After Effects tools. The whole project and the cutout characters in the description. You can take it, try to animate it yourself. There you'll also find a bunch of useful packages in my projects and free access. You can send me your creations in Discord. I'd be very interested to see how you guys have done. And with all that said, I'm Okami, and let's get into it. First of all, you need to determine which parts of the art will be animated. They will need to be cut into a new layer. It is necessary to take into account that the voids after cutting the object should be drawn or filled in to be the same color as the background. I usually draw the outline to get a better orientation. When we move the object, we won't have a hole in the background behind it, and when animating it, we will not have unexpected surprises. Create a composite and throw all parts of the art into that project. Then put them in order as planned. Eyes can be placed in one separate composition for convenience. Now, let's start animating the lighter parts. Choose the pin tool and create anchor points. Place the points on the area that we want to immobilize. For example, headphones pressed on the hair in this place should not move. Then one point is enough to serve as a guide. Since we're only going to move one point, this is what happens if you don't secure the right part with the anchor points. If you want to achieve a realistic result, you should not stretch or narrow the object. You should move it to the point like a pendulum. I want to have new hair direction every second. I need to do it twice. To copy these keys and duplicate them every second. If 0 is the beginning, 1 is the value, then by copying the two of these values, we can make an infinite statistical use expression. I animate the other parts in the same way, so you can skip this part. The only thing I do is that I'll slightly change the location of the keys to create a small random for beauty. Let's move on to the most difficult part. I specially divided the hands into 3 parts, and this will allow it to bend. Then we will connect 3 pictures into one whole rig. We need to set the reference points on the arms. We can fix the shoulders, and then it's very important to set the points correctly. In our case, we need to move our elbows and lift the arms. And for this, we need to remember how the rig works. The rig should be made like a skeleton, so we need to forget about the flesh and clothing and put points where the bones are fastened into joints. In order to connect all 3 layers between them, we need to put points on the arms with weapons in the exact same place where the elbow is on the background arms. Now we're going to open up all 4 points from the elbows so that we can bind them more easily. We need to bind the point from the elbow of the right arm to the point on the right elbow of the arms, respectively. The elbow point of the left arm should be tied to the left elbow point on the arms with the weapon. Hide the parameters of both arms. Turns out that we have bound 2 points to the other 2. Now we should only move those points to which we have bound everything, because the anchored points will move automatically after the main points. Now we can animate them. The main thing is to not to stretch the arm so that it doesn't spoil the proportions like this. Then I shift the key points a bit to create a little delay for some more realism. Done. My animation is done in 2 ways. First, on the pupil and the eyeball, we'll create a circular mask, exactly so that the mask points are 1 from each side. Put a key on the mask animation, move away, and lower the mask points until the eye is completely closed. Step back again, and copy the first key so that the mask opens back up. We'll do the same with the eyeball, but we do not hide the eyelids. We can also animate it with the help of a puppet. Go to another column of key bend proximity like this, and also copying on the last column of the first column. Turn on motion blur and rejoice. Our animation is ready. On the layer light, I throw the effect of dip glow. Then we zoom in on the camera. We create a camera and a 0 object. The camera is a 3D object, so the layer must be in 3D. The camera will be directed to these parameters, the null layer, and will be based on them. It also needs to enable 3D so that we can use all the parameters on the camera. Everything else is intuitive. I added 2 lights from the spotlight through optical flares. Next, I made a shake for dynamism here of the parameters. Then I added the standard snowfall plugin. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of this video. If it helped you in any way, please let us know in the comments below. If it was confusing, I do understand. The translation from Russian to English can be a little bit difficult and also very much so confusing. Me, as the narrator, I can definitely understand this. So if there's anything that we can help you with, both me or YS, just please leave it down in the comments or contact us on Discord for a quicker response. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. With all that said, stay creative, keep editing. Cheers.